Welcome back again to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm glad you found your way in. Just don't forget how to find your way out. Tonight's story takes us deep beneath an old, forgotten library, where knowledge is endless, and so are the memories. They say there's a librarian down there. He doesn't just keep books, he keeps track of everyone who reads them, even if they never leave. So, dim the lights, grab your headphones, and get ready for a story that might just remember you. This is The Librarian Who Remembers Too Much. Let's begin. There's a place people only find when they're not looking for it. An old library, hidden in the forgotten part of the city, where the streets feel older than the map and the fog never lifts. There's no sign, no lights in the windows. Only a faint scent of parchment and mildew pulling you closer like a memory you never had. Mira Elwood had never heard of the place, not really. But one of her professors, an old man on the edge of retirement, let it slip in a moment of absent-mindedness. Some truths, they're not meant to be read, especially not in the archive below. When Mira pressed him, he went quiet, ashen-faced. The next day, he took an unexpected leave of absence. He never came back. Curiosity wins over fear. That's what she told herself, standing in front of the strange old building, her research notes tucked under one arm. The heavy oak door groaned as she pushed it open. Dust swirled in the golden light like dancing ghosts. It was empty. No sound, no staff. Just rows of bookshelves stretching toward high-vaulted ceilings. She wandered through until she found a staircase spiraling downward into shadow. Above it, a plaque read, "Archive below. Knowledge is forever." She hesitated. The air was thick, ancient, cold in a way that made her bones ache. But something compelled her, a tug deep inside her chest, like a half-remembered dream begging to be finished. The descent felt endless. Each step creaked louder than the last. Her breathing echoed down the stone stairwell, and the deeper she went, the less sure she was that she was still underground at all. Then she reached it. A single, massive iron door. It opened on its own. The archive was unlike anything she'd seen. Endless shelves, dim torchlight flickering without fire, and the overwhelming sense that everything was watching. Not someone. Everything. Behind a carved wooden desk sat a man, or something wearing a man's shape. He was still, like a statue long forgotten by time. His eyes, they were cloudy, almost milky. But Mira felt them pierce straight through her. "Welcome," he said. His voice was dust and breath and thunder all at once. "You've come to read." Mira's voice caught in her throat. "I'm looking for the Kalthar civilization, lost era, pre-Iron Age. I've only found whispers." "I remember," the librarian said softly. "It is here." He didn't move, yet the shelves rearranged themselves behind her. A corridor appeared, narrow and dark, lined with texts that looked far too old to exist. She stepped toward them. Her hands trembled. And then she saw it. A book, bound in cracked black leather, gold lettering along the spine. She pulled it out. The pages were delicate, smelled of ash and dust. On the third page, her name, Mira Elwood, written in the margins. Dated 1834. Her heart skipped. She flipped to the front again. The ink hadn't faded. Someone or something knew she'd read it. A century before she was born. She turned back toward the desk. The librarian was gone. Panic gripped her chest like a vice. The air shifted. The shelves moved when she blinked. The stairs she came down. Gone. "Mira," a voice whispered. Not from in front of her. Not behind her. From everywhere. She ran, But no matter where she turned, the aisles stretched on forever. Lights dimmed behind her, sealing her path. And in the distance, the soft sound of footsteps, unhurried, inevitable. And then she saw him, standing between shelves, silent, still. "How are you doing this?" she gasped, backing away. "I do nothing," he said. "I remember." "What are you?" The librarian finally stepped forward. "I am the memory of this place. I know every word ever written, every name ever spoken, every visitor who ever entered these halls." He raised a hand slowly, and in it appeared a book. Thin, wrapped in skin that pulsed slightly, like something breathing beneath it. He handed it to her. On the front, "The Life and Death of Mira Elwood." "No," she whispered. "This isn't mine." "It will be," the librarian said. "Read." Her hands shook violently as she opened the first page. It started with her birth, her childhood, her studies. Then, words that hadn't happened yet. She descended into the archive in search of forgotten truths, and was forgotten herself. Her knees buckled. I don't want this. I want to go back." "You cannot return," the librarian said. "You were remembered, and now you are part of the archive." Tears welled in her eyes. "But no one knows I'm here. No one will look for me." "I will remember," he said gently. "I always remember," Mira screamed. But there were no echoes anymore, only the quiet closing of a book. Years passed. The archive remained untouched by time. The librarian sat behind his desk, eyes closed, as though in sleep. But he never sleeps. He waits. Sometimes the iron door opens again. Another soul descends, searching for forbidden truths. Sometimes they leave. Most don't. And among the shelves, if you listen closely, you might hear pages turning on their own. Or a girl's voice, softly repeating, "Please remember me." But he already has. He remembers everyone, including you. And somewhere, beneath the city, the librarian is still there, waiting, remembering, turning pages in a book that might have your name on it. So, if you ever find yourself standing in front of a library that shouldn't be there, think twice before you step inside, because not all stories let you leave. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed tonight's story, be sure to leave a like, comment your favorite part, and hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And remember, some stories aren't just told, they're written in you. Until next time, sleep with one eye open.